It's 2:30 in the morning and I again can't sleep, so I guess I'm gonna just sit here and talk. So I've been kind of having a rough time sleeping the last couple days. So one medication I'm on is Cymbalta, and it's been about 80 degrees recently. And with Cymbalta, what can happen is it can make you really hot and really disrupt your body's heat regulation homeostasis. And what ends up happening a lot of times is you sweat more. And so, because of that, you have to, obviously intake more water and electrolytes and things of that nature. So, I've been trying to do that. But last night, I really couldn't sleep at all. And a lot of times when I can't sleep, it's because I'm just having some anxiety. And when I have anxiety, the thing that helps me the most is like being under a blanket or something like that, often a weighted blanket. So I put on my blanket last night and I sweated so much that I accidentally gave myself dehydration because I sweated out probably a liter of fluid, which is a lot. I think that you end up ingesting about a liter to 2 liters of fluid every day and voiding and losing between everything a liter to 2 liters of fluid. Of course, your body's supposed to be like 70% water, 70 to 80% water. I think it's 72%. But I was miserable all day and I didn't know why until I realized that I'd accidentally dehydrated myself, which is really unfortunate because that's the last thing I wanted to do was be dehydrated. Uh, my summer class technically ends this weekend. I have one last thing to do, which is go and look at some of what the assignments that people posted and listen to them and leave comments. I got to do 3 people, so that's a cool thing to do. And then I think I got like one other small thing that I'm gonna just bust out on Saturday. I'm not doing anything with school today because there's no way. It's July 4th. There's no reason to do school stuff on July 4th. It's a holiday. It's a federal holiday. Um, Last federal holiday we got till October. There's no holidays in August. Oh no, we got that's Labor Day in September. So we got about probably like 70 days consecutively without a holiday, which is not too bad, not great, not the end of the world, but it is what it is. I've been watching Dungeon Meiji or Delicious in Dungeon. I'm up to episode 15. Well, actually, no. The next episode is episode 15. Super good show. I'll definitely have a review about that. And then I actually submitted a panel for a local convention this year called what dungeon monsters would actually taste good because of that. And there's a few that I think would taste good, and I think a few that would actually not. Like living armor, I don't think would taste very good at all. But dragon, I want to eat dragon right now. And I know dragons aren't real, but I want to eat dragon. I currently have a bit of a headache. That headache happened because of the dehydration, so I'm working to get rid of that. As I work through this headache problem and ingest fluid and make myself feel better, I start having good things start happening. I start feeling better. I'm able to function better. I'm able to move around and get a little bit of exercise in, which is good because I need to do that for my back. My back, if I stay in a position where I'm seated for too long or standing for too long, it ends up aggravating the disc. My disc hit either L4 or L5. Both of them had like a bit of a bulge. My physical therapist said he thought that it was probably more L4, just because of the way it was with the hip pain that I had and the lack of hip mobility that I had when I started, which was severely lacking. He did like a strength test on my legs, and my left leg was like there was one test, the number that he expected to get was like a 55, 60 for somebody my age, and he got like a 22. On my first one, and he got like a 52 by the time of my last session, which was really epic. And like I was happy that it was a 52 because I was like, I'm not perfectly healed, but I got an at-home exercise program that I've been doing probably 3 times a week. I can't do it every day, just simply don't have the energy to do it every day or the time to do it every day. But it feels really good. I've been strengthening up some stuff around the back, working on some back stretching. Um, a lot of it's like that Cobra press up, which feels really good. It's like a back extension. And then I also saw online on TikTok from a guy who's an osteopath, which I think is just like a physical therapist over in England, maybe a doctor. I'm not 100% sure, but he just does spine rehab, and um, he showed that you can do spinal decompression on a bed, and I've added that in because I didn't realize it was something I could do. And if I added that in, it's felt really good, and a lot of the symptomatic stuff has gotten a lot better. I don't walk with a cane anymore as frequently. I do have to have a cane every once in a while, and I keep the cane with me for the times that I need it, which is, important. Like when I'm going to be out of the house for like 8 hours, it comes with me just in case. I keep it on me. The one good thing I've noticed recently about like my physical abilities after going to physical therapy is that I have had some increased strength, some increased stamina. Part of that increased stamina is the fact that like I've been walking a lot more because I've been able to walk more, and with being able to walk more, it feels really good. And it feeling really good means that like I'm actually able to do more walking, and as I walk more, I'm healing a little bit more, building up more stamina. I have iron deficiency, and I recently learned that I also have vitamin D deficiency. And I probably also have some B12 issues, like slight B12 issues. We didn't test it, but I'm thinking I'm going to ask the doctor to do that the next time I see him in 2 months. Because I think that'll feel really, I think that'll tell me some more. Because I've been on an iron supplement for a year and a half, and my iron still isn't like in the normal range. And then, oh, that's why it says my RBC is low. My RBC is normal. I just had a realization about some blood work. And I think my WBC being elevated recently has been just due to the last 2 blood tests I had being while I was in an active infection, which was not fun at all to be dealing with. Not being able to sleep does suck. I started a new job on Monday. It's debt collections, so it's not just like that like shady debt collection where you go in and you're like, hey, pay this money or I'm gonna sue you. It's apparently like first party debt collections. It's one of the banks, and so you call them and say, hey, you're late on your mortgage, you're late on your credit card, you're late on your XYZ, and you do that and you go through that and all that. So that's kind of interesting. So my first 2 weeks are going to be in the classroom, learning about like the rules and regulations, and then I got a third week of just sitting there and watching somebody, and then a fourth week I start on the job and I do that for a little bit. Then I have to take a day or two off just due to having some teeth removed, which is fine. I told him about that in the interview. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how I feel afterwards, because if it's not good, I might have to like call off the next day. But it's Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, and that's a long day. I get an hour lunch. I'm still looking for other jobs, but it pays 19 an hour. So with it paying $19 an hour, I'm not gonna shake my ass. I'm not gonna shake my ass at it. Obviously, I'm still working on YouTube monetization. I wanted to stream this week, but I just straight up did not have time. I'm also looking to, and it's not going to be anybody who's like watching this. It's going to be somebody who's like, well, it might be somebody who ends up watching it. But it's gonna like end up being somebody from my circle of friends who I'm probably gonna employ to be like a video editor and a clip generator for my stream and stuff. So that way I can actually get some clips. I can get a clip channel going. I can throw out some nonsense. My creative juices are still there. The last video I filmed before this one was me saying the name of every MLB player ever with the letter L starting their last name. I was going to do M, but M was 2,200 names. So that would be 30 plus minutes long. L was 16 minutes, 25 seconds to do, and then I added obviously the thing I put at the end of the videos, which I gotta find a way to get that onto the phone too. I think it's in my OneDrive, so I should download OneDrive. I don't actually know. I gotta figure that out. Um, you know the thing where at the end of the video I tell people what platforms I'm on, how they can find me, how they can support me if they want to do it financially. When I say remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense, hit the bell button, all of that. That's a whole thing. But it's interesting. Um, anyway, do all those things because like I'm pretty excited about it. $19 an hour works out to about $42,000 a year, which is not great money, but not bad money. The most money I've ever made in a year is $31,000. But if I can do this job and find a way to get monetized on YouTube, as well as pull in some other income from other sources, and TikTok, Cameo, OnlyFans, Patreon, what's it called? If I could get Instagram monetized at some point, if I could get all that other stuff monetized at some point, and just bring in like an extra like $500 to $700 a month through things, that would be pretty amazing. Essentially, like if I could just have like a bill paid from social media, like right now my phone bill is $236 a month, and that includes my YouTube TV. So with that, with knowing that, it's kind of cool to know that because it tells me a lot. And knowing that, it tells me that $236 a month, I can make that in a month. I'm fairly certain through social media if I actually put effort into it, and I'm working on putting effort into it. I gotta figure out what to do with these videos, or like when I can't sleep. I'm probably just gonna put a picture of me on top of it or something in the video editing software, because I think that might actually help, like some sort of visual. I have one that says "You know where to go." It's a OnlyFans thing that I post on Instagram a couple times a day. Because every time I'm on there, I'm like trying to actually get people there. I've also got a professional Instagram now that's more just going to be like what I post for like. I'm probably going to post like a short clip about the Mariners every day, some quick news, some quick sound bites about the Mariners. Cal won Player of the Month for June, which I'm really happy for him. Absolutely one of the most deserving people I've ever seen. From the Mariners. 33 home runs already. It's July 3rd. On pace for, I think, 67, which would shatter Aaron Judge's record by 5. No, 4. It would be 5 more than Roger Maris for the AL, and it would be 6 less than Barry Bonds in 2001. I didn't realize this until I was looking at BREF yesterday. Barry Bonds never hit more than 50 home runs outside of 2001. I also want to manipulate some stats and do some fun stuff on MLB The Show. Because one of the achievements is make the Hall of Fame. So what I want to do is get a dude up to like 500 or 1,000 intentional walks before his first career hit. Which will take a while. Because I would need to do that. If it's 500 times 9, be 500 times 9 would be, if it's 900, if it's 1,000, and then you go through the order 9 times, that would be, 9,000 button presses. So 4,500 button presses if it's 500. And I don't think I would. I think I might actually like film that. I don't know. I don't know. That might be a thing. If I can't fall asleep in like 10, 15 minutes after I get done talking about this stuff, I might go and play some MLB The Show and do some recording over it. I don't actually know about that, but yeah, it's been a wild one. MLB The Show, I get it every year. I might skip next year. Maybe not. I don't know. I got like at 161 hours and 23. I had 139 hours and 24, and I got 45 hours and 25. And part of that's because I got 112 hours in Balatro. I also bought Bayonetta. One of my friends got me a gift card as a gift for some cool stuff that I did, which was really cool. And ended up buying NASCAR Arcade Rush and Bayonetta. NASCAR Arcade Rush sucks, but Bayonetta was fucking amazing, and I think that's going to be the cosplay I do at the next con I go to, which would probably be in September or November. I have to check. I have to check on some things. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at Sammy54361 or my professional Instagram, Samantha P. 5436. You can follow me on YouTube here and in the other 3 channels that are linked. You can follow me on Patreon at Sammy5436. If you're interested in following me on Twitch, that's Sammy5436. If you are interested in following me for more NSFW content on a Battle Pass, you can follow me on OF at Sammy5436. And if you're interested in coffee and just sending me some coffee, it's just Sammy5436. And then I have like other ways you can support me down in the bio. So I appreciate that. I do have to update the bio and update the video descriptions, but I appreciate it. Thank you.